Hello, it's me. How y'all doing? I thought I'd give a video. It's been a good few days since I've arrived in Bangkok. Just wanted to let you know how I'm all settling in, really, and my first thoughts of being in Bangkok. So, first of all, I'd just like to discuss a little bit about my soy. For those of you who don't know, soy is kind of like a word for an alleyway, but that's kind of how people live in Bangkok. You know, you've got the main street, and then you've just got the series of soys going down each little street, and through there it opens up into a community. Kind of a little bit like if an alleyway opened up into a cul-de-sac. That's kind of what we're talking about here. So yeah, currently in that soy at the end in a lovely little place. It's like an apartment complex, almost entirely populated by expats, so it's really nice, really homely, good people. Met a fair few of them already, and they're absolutely brilliant people. Landlord's really good as well, so I'm being well looked after. I'll do a video at some point which shows me just essentially showing you around the room. Sadly, at the moment, it's looking kind of basic because I only moved in on Tuesday. It's now Saturday, so there's not really too much to show at the moment, but no doubt it'll be full of plenty of Thai tourist tat after a little while, so I'll let you guys know about that soon. But yeah, so far this week it's been quite a quiet week. I've just made sure that I don't get ahead of myself too much and that I just edge myself in to essentially new Thai life, really. Now, so yeah, I've spent a little bit of time in the centre of Bangkok, checked out a few of the shopping malls around there. That's been fantastic. I haven't yet been into one that I'm really wanting to go into, which is the Siam Paragon. It's kind of the Harrods of Bangkok, but it's really, really Western, really very swanky and posh. Lord knows I couldn't afford anything in there, but it's always worth a good look around. So you know, that'll be a little bit of a visit. I went to MBK, which was fantastic. That's sort of the techie mall. Tried to get my iPhone unlocked because apparently in England, when you unlock a phone, what they mean is it's unlocked for the UK. Problem is, if you take it outside the UK or outside the EU, it's still locked. They tried to unlock it for about 1,000 baht, which wasn't bad, but they couldn't do it in the end, so they refunded the 1,000 baht. They said we could take my iPhone away, send it to a place, and get it back in 10 days' time for 3,000 baht, which is about 60 quid. But truth be told, I can probably just buy myself another phone at that point. So I found myself a nice, cheap, and cheerful smartphone. It seems to be quite popular from the Google reviews, those of them that are in English. You know, so I'm going to go and grab one of those in a couple of days' time when I see one of my friends in Bangkok, which will be nice. So let's see what else I've been doing. I've been eating a little bit of street food. Truth be told, I was told at the beginning, don't go for the roadside food straight away. Just give yourself a little bit of time just to get used to the food. So my landlord recommended food court food, you know, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's not very authentically Thai, but you'd be surprised. Just near where I am at the moment, just probably 5-minute walk away, there's a massive Tesco Lotus. It's their version of Tesco's. There's a huge shopping centre around there, loads of nice places, but in there they've got a food court and you know they've got some good traditional Thai food in there. So I've had a couple of meals there, but I've just started tonight eating street food just on the roadside. So you know, if I do a video tomorrow and I'm irking into a bowl or something, then you'll know it's gone fantastically. But now I had pork on a stick, sort of like a pork satay, and some sticky rice as well, which you know is a basic meal, but it was worth it. But today has been a real kincher of the day because I haven't really done anything in the afternoon. I just chilled out at that point, you know, just get myself slowly into it. But today I really went and investigated the area around where I am, and there's this one amazing temple not too far from where I live, and on the evening it opens up into a huge market, so you can go there and you can buy knockoff DVDs, you can go there and buy CDs, but the main thing that amazed me was just the abundance of food and drink. You know, when I was walking through that, I just thought I was in heaven. I tried to take a video, but truth be told, between you and me, I felt a little bit self-conscious. The only Western guy in the entire area holding up an iPhone like this, being like, "Ooh, look at this, look at that." I felt a bit of a tit, truth be told. So I'll make some photos. I'll stick it on my Facebook. I'm tempted to make a Facebook just for my travels, but we'll see what happens. Depends on how many views I get on YouTube. But yeah, it's been an interesting little visit. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get all my jabs sorted out, and the final little errand that I need to get sorted out. Truth be told, I probably should have done it a couple of days earlier. It was my intention on doing it pretty much on the first full day that I got into town, but I decided let's just edge into it briefly. Luckily, there's not really too much to worry about around here. Fingers crossed. There are a fair few dogs down my street, but they're all quite docile creatures. At night time they get a little bit barky, but aside from that, there's no real bother about it, and they all seem quite friendly. So, that's not a problem at all. Trying to think of anything else what I've been up to. Probably all sorts, but my mind is absolutely shot. One of the things that's been a bit difficult is getting to sleep on a lot of the nights, just because the temperature change has been quite dramatic. I've got my aircon on now because I've only just got in from the market and wandering around, but most of the time, just so I can get used to it, I've actually kept my room without aircon. And the first couple of nights it was a sweatbox, absolute sweatbox, and I only had a couple of hours sleep each time, which was an unpleasant experience, but there we go. My body is getting used to it now, which is nice. I can actually go out and I don't sweat buckets anymore. I got a pretty good night's sleep last night. I got about 6 hours sleep, so that's not bad at all. That's getting a little bit better on there. There is one more thing I want to show you, which I haven't actually unearthed yet, but bear with me for just one sec. Can you see the bottle of mead in the corner there? Just there. Yeah, I've bought a few things. Yeah, this bad boy needs tuning. But it is a ukulele, so I have a hobby to pursue while I'm here. Among that, I am learning Thai. I'm getting a bit better at that now. I can speak a fair bit more Thai than when I came along here. I'm still a beginner, don't get me wrong. I still need a little bit of help, but put it this way, when I ordered my food earlier, I did it all in Thai. He understood me perfectly. I managed to count the money out correctly, and that was very successful. I can generally do a lot of stuff now just on basic Thai, and even if you don't, people are perfectly willing to help you out. And that's one thing actually that I want to talk about. Just the Thai hospitality. It's just a whole different world to what I'm used to. British people are alright, but at the same time, Thai people, they're just so friendly all the time. They're very laid back. They have no sort of sense of self-entitlement, which sounds like a criticism in a way, but they are just sort of good, humble people, just kind of get along with their own time. Whenever you pass them in the street, they always give a little bit of a smile and a nod, or outright say hello to you. They always smile. They're always polite. And it's really just refreshing to see sort of so many friendly faces out there. And it doesn't seem to just be with Westerners either. They seem to do it with each other, and people just seem to really get along. No doubt there are some jerkish Thai people around, but at the same time, by and large, they've almost all entirely been really nice people, and that's one thing I absolutely adore about Thailand, just the hospitality and the people just being nice and helpful, and just they kind of want to know your story as well. When I've walked down my soy, there's been so many occasions where I've kind of I say I've been stopped. I haven't been stopped, but people will just start a conversation with me in Thai, and I'll sort of soldier on in Thai as best as I can. When I can't speak in Thai, I'll try and do some really amusing charades. There was one situation earlier where I was trying to ask them about horror DVDs because I really like my horror films. So I wanted to know if they had any horror films. So I didn't know the Thai word for horror. So in there, I started doing these ridiculous charades, like when I said horror, horror, rah, and I think they possibly thought I was a little bit mental, but yeah, that was an entertaining moment. Sadly, I didn't come out with a horror DVD, but no doubt there'll be a few trips to the cinema later on, because the cinemas here are just out of this world. In England you kind of like stuff on like quite small seats. Round there they're incredibly swanky, and I think each film that you go and see is about between £2 and £4, depending on which kind of comfort level that you like. But yeah, that'll be a story for another day. So yeah, tomorrow just going to go and get the rest of my shots done, sort of start my rabies course and my Japanese encephalitis, which are two. Japanese encephalitis, not so important. You can only really get that in the countryside, not in the centre of Bangkok, but it's worth doing it anyway. It's an immunisation. And then the rabies jab, just because there's a lot of dogs, it's worth doing it really. But yeah, I'll get that sorted out. I'm going to get some rest as well, and yeah, I'll make a few videos when I'm a little bit less self-conscious about the market. But regardless, I've got loads of pictures. Feel free to have a look on my Facebook, and yeah, it's been good so far. Yeah, very very relaxed, slowly edging into it. But I reckon another week in Bangkok, and then I'll start branching out a few places. Kanchanaburi. I really want to go up to Chiang Mai for a little bit, and maybe even take a cheeky trip around Hoi Hin as well. But at the moment, I'm just really happy where I am, which is fantastic. That's what I came around here for, just to have a good time and have a relax and do whatever I want to do, really, which so far I've done that. Right, I'm going to go get some sleep, so take care guys, and see you all in a bit. Ta-ra.